With mapped face meshing, it is possible to influence the vertex type for each vertex individually. This is available in the details under Advanced. We have 3 vertex types available: end, side and corner vertices. In the images at the top, we see some examples. In the right image, we have an end vertex. Only 2 mesh lines go through that vertex. Both of them are part of a boundary. An end vertex is automatically applied if the angle between those boundaries is between 0 and 135 degrees. In the left image, we see a side vertex. 1 additional mesh line goes through that vertex into the face. This line is not part of a boundary. Side vertices are applied if the angle is between 136 and 224 degrees. The remaining vertex type is shown in the middle. 4 mesh lines go through a corner vertex. The automatic applies corner vertex behavior if the angle between the boundaries is between 225 and 314 degrees. In these images, we see how different a mesh can look like if the vertex type is set manually. The upper row shows what happens if only one vertex is set as a side vertex. It is always the same shape, but the side vertex moves from the lower left to the upper right corner. In the lower row, we see on the left the automatic behavior. The 4 points on the left side are set to side vertices in the middle image, and on the right side the 2 vertices in the upper left corner are side vertices. Manual specification of the vertex type is usually done in 2D cases to better adjust the mesh to the flow direction. Another example is shown on this slide. In the top left image, we see the vertex definitions. An additional edge sizing is required, which is shown on the right side. This is necessary that the mesh is still fine enough, even when it is stretched in the larger areas. The result is shown at the bottom. With mapped face meshing, it is possible to take a direct influence on the meshing procedure for structured surface meshes. The mesh will not be uniform in size, but in most cases it yields superior CFD properties. But we should make sure that the mesh is not stretched or compressed too far and the aspect ratio of each cell stays within reasonable limits. More about the different quality criteria is covered in Lecture 8. With mapped face meshing, it is also possible to specify radial divisions for the sweep method. The details for this local control changes if it detects that the face it is scoped to consists of 2 edge loops. Those loops do not have to be circular. This is the only way to specify the number of divisions across annular regions. But it is not possible to specify a bias, and mapped face meshing is not compatible with local inflation definitions. To define an inflation-like mesh for annular regions, it is necessary to split the geometry to get additional edges.